Okay, geometry. I'm on page 592. We're going to do 4 problems today, 27 through 33 odd. I have the first 3 right here, 27, 29, and 31. Okay, and the instructions tell us describe what these parts are. So we got like PZ, ST, and VW up here, and we are using the figure which is to the right in your book. Okay, so you can see it either on my screen here or in your book on 592. Okay, so let's start with PZ. Okay, and first thing I want to call your attention to, bring your attention to, is the fact that this is a segment. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. There are no arrows up here. Right? This is not a line. It's a segment. It means it's starting at P and stopping at Z. Okay, so even though this has a line going through PZ, we don't want that. We just want this portion. Does everybody see that? Just P to Z. We're starting at P, stopping at Z. And I know that because there's no arrows on top. Right? There's no arrows. So it looks like it's a segment that's touching the circle twice, right? Here to here. The type of segment that is a chord. All right, so that's a chord. PZ is a chord. All right, now, if they had wanted the whole line, what's similar to a chord, but it's a line? If they wanted the whole line, they would it would be called a secant, right? But since it's the segment, it's just a chord. All right, next up we have another segment, ST, starting at S, stopping at T, because there's no arrows up top. Okay, so we look here, it's S to T, it's going all the way through here, right? And it looks like it's going through the center of the circle. So what type of chord goes through the center of a circle? Yep, it is a diameter, right? Ooh, running out of space here. That's a diameter because it's going through the center. So this is a chord. This is a diameter. All right, number 31 has VW. This time, look, guys, it's got the arrows, which means it is a line, right? It's not stopping at V. It's not starting at V, stopping at W. It's going all the way through down here. It wants the line, okay? So what type of line touches the circle just one time? VW, line VW is a tangent line, right? Tangent lines touch the circle once, okay? So that's 27, 29, and 31. We're going to try 33 together. I got to get a new sheet for this. 33 together. And if you look in your book, it's asking us to do 5 things for 31. 5 things. Wow. It wants us to name a chord, a secant, a diameter, a radius, and a point of tangency. Okay, so this is kind of backwards from what we just did. If you remember, they gave us the parts, right? They gave us these parts and said, what are they? Now they're saying, hey, look and find these types of parts. Okay, so let's look for a chord. Remember, a chord is touching the circle twice, but it ends, right? It doesn't continue. So I think there's only one option in here for a chord. There's actually 2. We could talk about this one, but let's look right here at E, G, right? Starting at E, stopping at G. Touches the circle once, twice. Let's use EG as our chord. Remember, the line on top is important. This is telling us it's a segment, starting at E, stopping at G, because there is no arrows. You could also write EG as GE, right? And it starts at G, goes to E. It's the same line segment, but it's just a different way to write your answer. Okay, so a secant is similar to a chord. If you remember, a secant is a line, though. Okay, so our answer better have arrows on the top of it. Okay, so there's only one thing that's touching the circle twice, and it is that same thing we just did, EG. We're going to write our answer as EG, but this time we will put the arrows on top. Okay, so this is what separates chords and secants. Remember, the secant is the whole line. It's going indefinitely, both directions. That's what a secant is. A chord stops. Secant goes indefinitely. All right. Let's look for a diameter. That one should be pretty easy. Yep, it looks like it's FE or EF. Reminder that the diameter, guys, is a segment as well. There will be no arrows on top of EF. Now for radius, there's a lot of options here. I think there's actually 3. I'm going to get a couple of highlighters over here, and I'll use my red pen. First off, we could use CF, right? CF would be an option. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty bad. I'll use my black marker for our answer. So we could use CF, right? We could also go the other direction, right? The radius goes from the center to the circle. We could call it CE, or CE. And then the last option is, does anyone see it? That third radius in there is CG, right? We could call our last option CG. So you don't need all these answers. You could use any of these, CF, CE, or CG. Now, a quick reminder that even though they all count as an answer, you don't need all 3. Any one will work. They are all the same distance, right? The center is the same distance to the edge of the circle anywhere. Okay. Last thing it wants is a point of tangency, right? Oops. I don't know if you can see it. Point of tangency. Okay. Now, the point of tangency is the point that is touching the circle on a tangent line, right? So once again, the point of tangency is the point on the tangent line that is touching the circle. So let's look for a tangent line. Let's look for a line that touches the circle once. Does anyone see it? Okay. It's this line over here. It's AB, right? This line. What point on AB is touching the circle? You guys got it? The point of tangency is D. Now remember, oops, I just wrote my answer there and you couldn't see it. The point of tangency is D, and since it's a point, we don't have to put anything on top. We just label it with one letter, and that is our answer. Okay, guys, that's all I got for you today. I'm going to give you a couple of problems to try to practice. Just a quick heads up, some people have been asking me, what do I do with my work? What do I do with my work? This is just practice, okay? After this video, I'm going to put up a quiz for you guys to try, and that's what you will return to me. But I don't want the homework back. It's just for you guys to kind of do it and practice and check your work and see if you can take the quiz, okay? So here is the homework I want you guys to practice. I am on page, let's see here, page 592, right, 592, and what was, oh yeah, 28, 30, and try 49 for me as well, 28, 30, and 49. Good luck, and when you have time, go ahead and take that quiz and turn it back into me, all right? Good luck. Thanks.